Ahoy there, and welcome to Nautical Tales and Nature Trails, recreation in Southeastern Connecticut and Southern Rhode Island. It's brought to you by Bridget Morrissey. She wrote the book along with her husband, Will Morrissey, that's me. And we just want to let you know what's going on in the area. Bridget races up and down the coast from Old Lyme to Charlestown. She zigzags from Mystic to Mashantucket to Uncasville. She's always on the road trying to help her clients find their dream home. And she's doing all these back roads because she hates driving on I-95. But can you blame her? Not really. But doing that, she knows all the different things that are going on in the area. She knows where all the hiking trails are, the library. She knows where the marinas are, the golf courses, the vineyards, everything. And so we just want to let you know what's going on because there are so many people moving into the area. You know, we want to welcome all these folks that are coming into the area, whether you're a student at Conn College or Mitchell College or over at the cadets at the Coast Guard Academy, or if you're coming into town and you're building submarines or driving submarines, or if you're even coming into town as a visitor. There's so many things to do. So we wrote the book for you, and we're doing this show, and I want to let you know all the different things that are going on. And this is October. You can see we've got a couple of witches with us today. You know, I want to introduce Megan Thompson. She's the instructor over at Adventure Mystic. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you.
And Melissa Hartley is the manager there. So
thanks for having me.
Welcome. And we also have April Brunel, who is a realtor with, guess what?
Bridget Morrissey, Realty LLC.
I know that place. And we're glad to bring all of you together here for what's happening in October. April's going to explain a little later about Trunk or Treat, but we've got, I mentioned witches already, and there's an event coming up very soon. Megan, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so over at Adventure Mystic, we have our annual Witch Paddle and Coat Drive. We just love our community and are always looking for ways to give back, and so that's how we got involved in that.
Oh, great. Which paddleboard and coats, how do all those mix?
Like I said, we love our small community and love to give back in any way that we can. So aside from the witch paddle, we also participate in a Santa toy drive. Again, just looking for ways to give back where we can. I think the town's been very good to us, and so we look for ways that we can return the favor.
Well, we've got a little video to play about the event coming up. If we can run that, that'd be great.
Mystic, with its rich maritime history and iconic Mystic Seaport, has always been a hub for boating enthusiasts. In recent years, paddleboarding and kayaking have surged in popularity, especially around the Mystic Bascule Drawbridge. The drawbridge, a historic landmark, provides a picturesque setting for paddlers who enjoy navigating under its raised spans. The calm waters of the Mystic River and scenic views of historic ships at the seaport and charming marinas make it an ideal spot for beginners and seasoned paddlers. The accessibility of paddleboard and kayak rentals from local businesses has further fueled this trend. These activities offer a more intimate way to explore the river, allowing paddlers to get up close to the area's natural beauty and historic sites. The Witch Paddle and Coat Drive. The annual Witch Paddle and Coat Drive is a heartwarming event organized by Adventure Mystic that combines the fun of paddleboarding with the spirit of giving. Participants dress up as witches and paddle down the river to collect coats for those in need. When and where? The 7th annual Witch Paddle and Coat Drive is scheduled for October 11th, 2025, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the Mystic River. This year, it will be followed by an epic after-party BBQ with DJ Scully sponsored by the Outer Light Brewing Company. How to participate. Paddleboarders of all skill levels are welcome to join. Participants are encouraged to wear their favorite witch or Halloween costumes. You should arrive at Adventure Mystic at 15 Home Street by 3 p.m. to sign in and prepare for the paddle. The registration fee is $25, and you are encouraged to bring a coat to donate. What to expect? A safety meeting is held at 3:45 p.m. with the paddle beginning at 4 p.m. As you paddle, coats are collected from spectators and other participants at Adventure Mystic. The event concludes around 6 p.m. The mission. The primary goal is to collect new or gently used coats to donate to the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center, which supports individuals and families. This initiative helps ensure that everyone in the community has access to warm clothing during the colder months. The Mystic Witch Paddle is not just about a cause. It's a wonderfully whimsical display that brings the community together in a uniquely festive way. Imagine yourself dressed in your best witch costume. A pointed hat, a flowing cape, maybe even a broom to complete the look, all while balancing on a paddleboard. As you make your way down the Mystic River, you'll be waving and greeting a crowd of spectators who have gathered on the boardwalk just to see the spectacle. The sight of dozens of witches gliding on the water is so magical that it's become a major attraction for both locals and tourists. It's a moment of pure, light-hearted fun, as everyone, from the paddlers to the onlookers, embraces the Halloween spirit. Once the paddle is complete, the celebration continues on land with a delicious barbecue. A live DJ will be playing lively tunes, setting the perfect atmosphere for participants to relax, share stories, and celebrate their successful coat drive. It's a great opportunity to connect with fellow paddlers, all of whom share a love for the water and a commitment to helping others. This post-paddle party solidifies the event's sense of community and camaraderie. For Mystic, this event is a powerful symbol of its identity. As a top travel destination, Mystic is a hub for visitors who come to experience its historic charm and vibrant culture. The Witch Paddle is a testament to the town's welcoming nature, showing how its businesses and residents come together to create unique, memorable experiences for everyone. It's a beautiful example of how the community combines the joy of outdoor recreation with the spirit of giving, making it a truly special place to visit.
Wow, that's quite a crew you've got there. I noticed the different pictures are a different number of witches, lined up there. Is that an annual picture that you're taking? Is it?
Yeah, we try to either take one at the wharf where we're all together in a group, or we do that overhead circular shot that you saw. So it just kind of depends on the amount of people that we have and who shows up every year.
That overhead circular shot, I think, was 2019. It looks like there are a lot more people. I mean, this event, I guess, is growing, huh?
It sure is.
Yeah, so the event has definitely grown. Lots of people tend to start calling early in the year. They want to know when it's happening. They want to know what the date is so they can either participate or come down and watch it on the boardwalk. It's just gotten so big, and this year we have a group called the Wayward Witches who's going to do a witch dance before the paddle begins. So it's just starting to get so much bigger, and it's just becoming such a fun event, and it's just fun to see all the people who just want to see all these witches paddle up and down the river.
I got to thank Mystic Network and This Is Mystic and a few others for the pictures that we just saw. I mean, it's obviously it's a big event in Mystic where these different businesses are kind of following you. It's grown a little bit. You said 2019, and it looked like maybe, 25 people there. And how many people do you expect this year?
Yeah, so I mean, where it starts with 20, you just make it the event that you want to. So when we paddle out, we tend to go down toward the seaport, and then we'll turn around and we'll all kind of gather before the bridge before we make our grand entrance into downtown Mystic. And I think that that's what grabbed everybody's attention initially. So this year, where it started at maybe 26, we're looking at upward of 100 paddlers, and we're just very excited for the momentum and where it's going.
Are these all professional paddlers that you have?
We do recommend that you have a little bit of paddle experience. Now that said, you can also take other vessels. You'll see that sometimes we have canoes that are in the mix. There are kayaks in the mix. It just kind of depends on your experience. But given the time of year, we do ask that you have paddle experience if you're going to take a paddleboard.
Well, how do people learn how to use a paddleboard?
So at Adventure Mystic, we do offer lessons during the summer. It's just a really great way to learn the basics of paddleboarding. And then once they're kind of ready to go out and have some fun, we've got a bunch of great groups. All of our instructors are paddle fit certified. So we'll do one-on-one lessons, we'll do group lessons, and then when they're ready to go, we've got a bunch of great groups where people can just kind of paddle around with people who have the same love for paddling.
No, that's great. I've seen people out there, and then at the beginning of that video, it looked like they were a whole group of people gathering at Schooner's Wharf. So that probably was one of the instructor courses that you had.
Possibly, it might have been, yeah.
And it's a nice place where, no waves. I mean, you.
That's what we love about it. Unless you catch an off day where there's a little bit of a breeze, that we'll use that to our advantage as instructors. For the most part, it's the most fantastic environment to be able to learn how to paddleboard.
Yeah.
Now, you said people all year long are calling about this event. Are there other events that you do along the same kind of lines?
So in December, we do a Santa paddle, like we discussed earlier, where we do a Santa paddle where a bunch of Santas come from all around, and they come and we do a toy drive as well. So people come and bring a new and unwrapped toy so that we can donate it to the community. In the summer, we do a kids adventure group summer camp. And then in the fall, something new that we did is a Ride to Clyde's guided bike tour, where we ride from Adventure Mystic. We go to Clyde's Cider Mill, get a free cider donut, kind of check out the great things that they have there, and then we'll bike back to Adventure Mystic, and this is on Sundays from 9 to 11.
We also host Women's Wednesday every Wednesday. We get out there as soon as the water/air temperatures allow us to, and we will go as late in the season as we possibly can. It's a group of women led by women that it's just, again, a comfortable environment to be able to really hone in on your skills. Not necessarily a lesson, but just a fantastic group of people who have, all different backgrounds, have overcome physical things, mental things, and it's just incredible it's an incredibly strong group of people who I get the honor of paddling alongside. But then we also have Sup Fit, which will happen that if you're looking to take your fitness to the next level, we take a HIIT style class and we pop it on a paddleboard. So.
Well, that's good. You mentioned the women getting together. It's like a networking group. We've had Fresh Connections for Women here on this show. They had a big get-together in the beginning of the summer, and we kind of let folks know about that. But it's nice that you run this for a different way of getting women together and to meet each other.
Yeah.
To make introductions that way. But you also mentioned the toy drive and the coat drive, but there's a coat drive with this Witches and Paddleboard deal. Can you explain the coat drive a little bit?
So we have a box at our shop. We probably have it a few days before the event, sometimes a week, depends on when we get the box. And then we will have it up into a few days after. We collect a new or gently used coat. Lots of people, it's great if they don't want to participate in the event. A lot of spectators will come and donate a coat, so it's really, really nice. And then we'll take all the coats and bring it to the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center.
Attention all witches, warlocks, goblins, and ghouls. Dust off your spookiest witch hat or Halloween costume and join the enchanting 7th Annual Witch Paddle and Coat Drive on the Mystic River, happening Saturday, October 11th. Afterward, dive into an epic after-party brought to you by DJ Sully, courtesy of Outer Light Brewing Company. Top 3 Best-Dressed Costume Prizes. First place, 4 passes to Seaside Shadows Haunted History Ghost Tour. Second place, 4 passes to the Dark Manor Haunted House. Third place, $50 gift card to Wooden Tap Bar and Grill. In past years, over 70 costumed paddlers have floated down the Mystic River, with hundreds of spectators cheering them on from the banks. Our witch paddle video is the all-time top hit on the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce's social media. This is a BYO boat event, so bring your kayak, paddleboard, canoe, or pedal kayak. Registration is a must to join the fun. Remember to bring your own PFD, paddle, and leash. No rentals available. Paddle at your own risk, so only experienced paddlers, please. In case of rain, the event will be on Sunday, October 12th, 2025, from 3 to 6 p.m. Don't forget to bring a new or gently used coat to donate to the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center. $25 registration fee. Click registration link below. Thank you to our local sponsors, Wooden Tap Bar and Grill, Outer Light Brewing Company, Seaside Shadows Haunted History Tours, LLC, The Dark Manor Haunted House, Bank Square Books Mystic, Connecticut, Mystic Schooners.
Oh, that's a good group.
Yeah.
I've brought plenty of things to the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center. They're good people over there, and they take care of a lot of people. But, you know, the coat drive and the toy drive in Christmas time.
Yeah, we really like to give back to our community.
You know, it's so good to see these businesses around town that put together these drives, you know, to take care of the community, and especially what's going on down south right now with the hurricane that just blew through. You know, you see it on TV every night, and it's terrible what happens to some folks through no fault of their own. You know, and so if you can stand up and help them out, you know, Red Cross is taking donations. There's all kinds of ways that you can make donations for the hurricane relief. And if you can get over to Mystic River on Saturday,
October 12th.
Saturday, October 12th, and bring a coat to Adventure Mystic, and then watch all these witches paddling up and down the river. That'll be kind of fun, you know, and it's, you know, great work that you're doing. I mean, we love doing the show and having written the book about nautical tales and nature trails, and this is certainly a nautical tale, you know, and it's fun to get the word out that there's lots of things going on in the area. So, you know, thank you so much for all the information you've just given us.
Yeah, of course. Thank
for
you.
having us.
We also have some Halloween stuff coming up in April. You're the resident expert on trunk or treat.
I am. Halloween time is a great time. And a safer way for children to go trick-or-treating is to do trunk-or-treating. And so what it is communities or areas in your areas, schools, different places, they'll host a trunk-or-treat where you go and different people, businesses, or individuals will decorate their car and their trunks with all kinds of spooky or silly or fun themes while giving out candy to the children and adults as they parade around. And this area of New England, we have tons in almost every little town and state and city.
Oh, I know there's a lot of them coming up. We have a video to kind of explain what trunk or treat is all about. Let's run that one.
Welcome back to the Mystic Community Calendar. Get ready for a spooktacular time in downtown Mystic. The annual Mystic Halloween Parade and Trunk or Treat is just around the corner, and it's an event you won't want to miss. Here are the details you need to know. Join the fun on Sunday, October 26th. The parade kicks off at 1 p.m. at Friar Tuck's on Water Street and makes its way to the Mystic Fire Department. Once the parade concludes, the Trunk or Treat event begins at the firehouse at 1:30 p.m. This is a great opportunity for the whole family to come out and get some treats, and for those of you with a flair for decorating, they're looking for trunks to participate. If you'd like to get in on the action and decorate your vehicle, you can register through the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce website. It's a wonderful day of community fun, costumes, and of course, lots of candy. We hope to see you there. Charter Oak is excited to host our 4th annual Trunk or Treat. Our members are invited to join us for music, games, food trucks, and lots of candy. This year, we will also have a balloon artist. We will also be collecting non-perishable food donations to benefit the Gemma E. Moran United Way Labor Food Center. please bring an item to donate. Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking for a great way to get into the Halloween spirit, you'll want to mark your calendars for Griswold Spooktopia. This year's event is happening at Veterans Memorial Park on Saturday, October 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. For all the creative people out there, this is your chance to shine. Decorate the trunk of your car for the trunk or treat and hand out candy. There's no cost to participate, and you might even win the prize for this year's best trunk. And for all our local food vendors and food truck owners, this is a great opportunity to be a part of the fun. They're looking for vendors to sell food during the event. Spooktopia is a fantastic free event for the whole Griswold community. Come on out, bring your costumes, and enjoy the night. Join us for Preston's annual Trunk or Treat. Friday, October 24th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Preston Veterans Memorial School. Admission: 1 bag of candy per trunk or treater. Special performance by All the Right Dance Moves. Enjoy a festive hayride. In Ledyard, dress in your costume and trick or treat through the decorated car trunks. If you would like to participate and decorate your trunk and provide candy for the kids, please sign up on our website, www.ledyardrec.org. Car setup will be from 4 to 5:30 or earlier if requested. Prizes are given to the best decorated cars. Come and see all the cute costumes and have some fun. If you would like to drop off candy donation, please go to Ledyard Parks and Rec, 12 Van Tassel Drive in Gales Ferry. We are open 7:30 in the morning until 4:45 p.m. We are looking forward to a memorable trunk or treat this Halloween. Halloween is fast approaching, and we look forward to the kids having fun trunk or treating. Thanksgiving will be right behind on November 27th. But the holidays start in Mystic on November 29th. First, Santa comes by tugboat at 2 with the Christmas tree lighting at 6 o'clock. Then all eyes focus on the Mystic River for the holiday lighted boat parade. It will be here before you know it. In the meantime, happy Halloween.
All kinds of things going on with the Providence Drum Troupe. So if you like music, that's a good place to be on Halloween. So, but how did these things start?
It started way back when the early settlers came, and All Hallows Eve was a time of unnervedness, and people were scared of spirits and ghosts. And to protect their houses, they'd stay indoors and not go outside. And some of the neighbors thought it would be funny to dress up as scary, like a mask, or they'd put mud over their face or leaves and then knock on everybody's door. And in order to placate these evil spirits, they'd give them things. Like at the time, it might have been desserts or apples or fruits, and turned into candy. And then it all became Halloween and trick-or-treating. And a funny thing too is certain communities, not really over here, but in Massachusetts and other areas, they even have what they call a beggar's night, which is the night before Halloween, where the children will go trick-or-treating because they know everybody has the candy already, and it's called Beggar's Night.
I didn't know that.
I have never heard of Beggar's Night
No.
before.
I had that growing up in Massachusetts. It was quite fun. 2 nights
did
of
you?
Halloween.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Don't tell my kids
But the, okay, so I understand where trick-or-treat came from, but the trunk-or-treat, is that something that's local, or is that kind of a national thing that's
It's
going
a
on?
national thing. I believe it started in the 80s when there was a lot of scaring of adults thinking that the candies was being laced or tampered with. And so a lot of parents in response and businesses in response started it at the malls. And so all the businesses in a mall would do trunk or treating, but they called it, trick or treating in a mall. And from there, it turned into the trunk or treating out in the communities, and now it just caught fire, and now everybody does trunk or treating every year.
Halloween is special for kids, and I know you have a lot of experience with events for kids. Can you tell us, I'm putting you on the spot here, but can you tell us some other events in the area that, nonprofits have put together that, for kids like this, or that could benefit like the coat drive is benefiting from a witch's paddleboard. And, you
Oh,
know,
yeah, Florence Griswold Museum, I know every weekend this month, they do their Wee Fairy Village, where they have different artists who've made little, I guess you want to say sceneries of fairies. And this theme of this year is like old time lore. So you'll see like old time houses and snail mail, actually little snails carrying the mail and stuff. So it's really cute. But the kids can go around all dressed as fairies or superheroes. They have face painting, and it's just a great time for kids to celebrate every weekend from now until the end of the month.
I know that, you know, that there's something called Comic-Con that a lot of people like to go to. I know a few people that show up there. But that's another place where people dress up.
Oh yes, there's a big Comic-Con coming on the day after Halloween, November 1st in Providence called Rhode Island Comic-Con. It's one of the biggest ones around. There's tons to do there. There's kids costumes, kids cosplay, adults of course too. There's a lot of vendors and fun things to learn, and there's classes and what they call get-togethers, and so they can meet other people who like the same kind of things they like, whether it's comics or anime or anything like that.
I know there's a lot of different places doing a lot of different things, and Ninigret Park over Charlestown Way is got something going on for kids, but it's great, you know, like I said before, that all these different programs pop up, you know, for people to do things, you know, and it's wonderful to be able to tell people exactly what's happening in the area, you know. I mean, so many people coming in, you know, to the area, like I said, you know, the people building the submarines, or last year, 2023, Mystic got recognized as the 4th most popular travel destination in the United States. I mean, you get so many people coming here, and so to find out that, wow, you can go watch witches, you know, on a paddleboard, you know, this coming weekend, you know, I mean, it's really something, you know. Or you know, a couple weekends after that, you get the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce doing, you know, the trunk or treat. And I mentioned that all the different events that the Chamber does. The big one is, you know, the lighted boats parade that comes up in December. But you've got a lot of things that happen. But I got a quick video to show you. You know, I mentioned Nautical Tales and Nature Trails. There are a lot of runners in the area, and they love to do these, you know, 5K races. It's been a little while since I've done them. I've done them, but it's been a little while. But I've got a little quick video to tell you about a couple of them that are coming up in October.
Ellison Tarzan Brown was an amazing runner who became famous overnight. On April 21st, 1936, when he was just 22 years old, he won the Boston Marathon, one of the most important races in the world. This was a big deal because not many people knew who he was before the race. About Brown's early life and nickname, Ellison was born in 1913 and was part of the Narragansett tribe, a Native American group. He got the nickname Tarzan because he loved climbing and swinging in trees, just like the character Tarzan in books and movies. His tribe also called him Deerfoot because he was so fast. Becoming a runner. When Ellison was 16, he started training for marathons with a coach named Tippy Salameno. He ran his first Boston Marathon in 1933 when he was 20 years old. In 1935, he ran the marathon again, but this time it was really special. His mom had just died, and one of her last wishes was for him to run the race. He wore clothes made from one of her dresses and even ran the last part of the race barefoot because his shoes hurt. Brown's famous victories. Ellison won the Boston Marathon twice, in 1936 and 1939. His 1936 win was really exciting. During the race, another runner named Johnny Kelly caught up to Ellison and patted him on the back. This made Ellison run even faster, and he ended up winning the race. The place where this happened is now called Heartbreak Hill because Ellison broke Johnny's heart by beating him there. Breaking records. Ellison was the first person ever to run the Boston Marathon in less than 2 hours and 30 minutes. This was a big deal in the running world. He was so good that he made it onto the United States Olympic team for the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. Later life and legacy. Even though Ellison died in a tragic accident in 1975, people still remember him as one of the greatest runners in history. He showed that with hard work and determination, anyone can achieve great things, no matter where they come from. Tarzan Brown Mystic River. Run Ellison is remembered annually in Mystic, Connecticut. The 2024 Tarzan Brown Mystic River Run is sponsored by Kelly's Pace and benefits the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce. The race will be held on November 3rd along the Groton side of the Mystic River.
You know, I'm so glad that, we've been able to do this kind of thing for folks. And I can't thank Adventure Mystic enough, for, putting this together. And I do have to ask you, though, there must be a memorable moment or a memorable witch costume or something that comes to mind. We got some chuckling going on here.
There has definitely been some men dressed as witches, which is definitely a sight to see, but it's just so much fun to have. Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'll dress up as a witch, but but that's kind of cool to hear. And there's not a race or anything. I mean, this is just
Nope.
and how many people line up along the dock just like they do for the lighted boats parade? I imagine
There's a
I'll bet you
crowd.
it's a surprise to people visiting, but I imagine you have spectators that plan on being there to see this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely crowds on that boardwalk looking for the witch paddle.
You got to get there early to get a prime viewing seat.
For sure. Yes, absolutely.
Now, do they go all the way up to the seaport? And you were talking about being around the bridge and coming out both sides of the bridge, but I heard the safety meeting is at 3:45 or
Yep.
thereabouts, and then the paddling starts at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So do they go up to the seaport first, or do they go down the river first, or does it depend on?
We tend to go downward first. That way, again, we can make our grand entrance and kind of have fun doing loops and whatnot around where everybody's looking to see us. It's a little bit harder to get down to the seaport to see anything. So we do try to get a little bit of a paddle, and then we kind of play a little bit around later.
You're coming back in, and the river kind of widens out right there at Schooner's Wharf too. So you're not, if you're going to have 100 paddlers, I mean, coming under the bridge, I mean, they're going to be one after the after. It's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be a great time.
I mean, it was fun last year with the lighted boats parade, especially with the Hallmark movie that came out, Mystic Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, it was really packed down there, but if you're getting 100 witches this year, then I really think you're going to have a lot of spectators. You're going to have more than 100 spectators, that's for sure.
We will.
For sure.
So, and then trunk or treat, looking forward to that. It's a great, safe way for kids to do it, if you want to check your own town to see if something's going on. But, April, thank you so much for telling us about all these local towns that are doing it and when they're doing it and where they're doing it. And so we can, have some fun with the kids and do it safely. So
Yes.
Yep.
we're so glad you were able to tune in. We're glad to bring you the show, glad to tell you about what's happening in the area. Hope to see you in a couple of weeks when we come back with another show. Bridget, can you take us back out, please?
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels at Mystic 2 Westerly and at SEC TV 1. Please join our group on Facebook and like my Facebook page. Let me explain Mystic 2 Westerly to you. Mystic is actually part Groton and part Stonington. Stonington Borough and Pawcatuck are also part of Stonington. 2 towns, 2 states make one community. Watch Hill and Misquamicut Beach are part of Westerly. Connecticut Route 2 starts in Pawcatuck, goes through North Stonington, into Ledyard, and Preston, to Norwich. It goes across the river into Uncasville, and more of New London County on its way to Hartford. New London County is also home to Waterford, East Lyme, Niantic, and Old Lyme. Basically, we enjoy living in southeastern Connecticut and southern Rhode Island. Thank you for watching Nautical Tales and Nature Trails. We hope you enjoyed it.